Okay. Good morning, guys. It's still morning, right? Yeah, it's still morning. On this dreary, rainy day, which, as you can tell, we're in a car today. We're not outside.
Yeah,
we're not
too
we're not
cold,
enjoying it.
too rainy.
Yeah.
So the other day we had a question about health, and thank you for all your responses. Those were great. But in actuality, the reality of being a parent is a lot of the food you eat is not healthy. And so we just got some coffees, and as I was sitting in line, we came up with the question: how much of your time do you think has been wasted waiting in line in a drive-thru?
So, like, obviously, with that, we were discussing this a little bit because there's a lot of factors that you really have to think of that go into this, right?
There's tons of stuff. There's tons of stuff. I mean, do you get a daily coffee? That's one.
Yeah, exactly. Do you get daily coffee, or maybe are you just like every once in a while you kind of splurge kind of thing? And I mean, you got to think too. That's not just daily coffee. That's I'm not cooking today.
Exactly.
I'm going to
You're gonna have chicken nuggets and you're gonna like it. And
yeah, exactly. And then we were kind of talking a little bit earlier about this, and I was saying it kind of depends too. Like, do you have the A squad on or do you have the D squad? Like, it's like the worst thing in the world when like you go and you see like they're training someone.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, that's the only way you learn. But like, I know
it takes forever.
Yeah.
So I wanted to extrapolate it out too and start doing the math. So if you like, you
Look
say
at that
like,
word you just
I know,
used.
thank you. It was a big word.
That was cool.
I extrapolated
SAT
my
word,
vocabulary.
gentlemen. SAT word.
So 1 to 2 minutes, right? As an average, maybe, just to kind of be safe. Sometimes it can go up to 15 minutes, which is ridiculous. So you'll add that in at the end. But 1 to 2 minutes waiting in a drive-thru. Say you go 2 times a week, right? And then, so there's 4 weeks in a month, or how many weeks are there in a year? 52?
52 weeks.
So you take 2 times 52 is 104.
Yeah.
104 times.
So 104 minutes. So that's almost 2 hours.
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
An hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like super conservative because again, you get those like 15-minute wonder shows. Where,
it's one thing if you're like the first one that like gets there, but and then I'm curious, have you guys ever dealt with like you sit there, you get up, you order whatever it is you're ordering. For me, it tends to be coffee. Like that's that's like the elixir that gets me through life. And so you get in line and you order. And generally, I never have a big order. Like it's always like a medium or whatever.
Yep.
So you get in line, you go around, and sometimes the line's so long and you're like, I'm already committed.
Mm-hmm.
I've already gone through. I've ordered. I'm not going to be that guy that leaves and screws up everyone behind you.
The stress level goes up though, like as you're waiting and you see like the minutes clicking off because it's like,
especially if you have somewhere to be.
Exactly, and then you're like, that's the story of my life is like constantly late to like all these things. It's like, why were you late? It's like, I have no idea. Holding like a Starbucks drink.
And that's the thing. Well, I think people, and I'm curious if you guys get into this mindset too, where you're sitting there and you're like, well, I'm going to be late anyway. So let's just get the coffee.
You know what? Throw a donut in there.
Yeah so then, because I've been waiting, now I'm hungry. So, but the worst too is you get up to the line, right? Mm-hmm. Like the person in front of you, and you're like, you're ready. You're at the point where you want to kill the person in front of you. Yeah. You're like, what did you possibly order?
Yep.
And then you see like a small coffee handed out. Like that. There you go, like your small coffee. Look at that. Tim runs on Dunkin'.
Petite coffee.
So you see like a small coffee go out, and you're like, are you kidding me? That's all you ordered? Like,
yeah.
Like,
I love.
Did you go like down to Colombia to get the beans and then brew that and come back?
Like, crush them. Yeah, all of it. But one of the things I love too is like when, not when it happens to me, but like when you know someone, like when you've been waiting in line, you're already stressed, you're kind of like getting upset, and they mess up your order, like on top of that, and like I love it, like you see,
But so do you? Okay, so say if they screw. So if they screw up your order though, do you end up like saying, you know what? Like, okay, the order is not that far off. It's not bad. And you accept it.
You play like the game.
Or are you like, no, like, I got no, give me the new thing.
It's like
I could be here for another year.
It's all about where you direct your rage. No, I love it. Like I have a buddy of mine who tells the funniest story about literally waiting in line half an hour at McDonald's, and then like the order's wrong, so he slams the car like into park and like runs inside, like leaves it in the drive-thru and like makes a huge scene. It was pretty awesome. So So what about for you guys? Like, do you have any horror stories of waiting in line at a drive-thru, or if you could do the math, how much time have you wasted? This year, last year, waiting in line.
I'd have to really think about that because I'm at a point too where it's like if we come in, and the Dunkin' we're actually at right now is notorious for being out to the road, and you'll have people like it's going down the street that way, and then there's people waiting to make a left-hand turn because everybody wants their coffee, so they're not letting that person in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you're sitting there, and I kind of like to do the sneak by, come into the parking spot, and just run inside now that we can actually do that. So, nice. And sometimes, generally with that kind of line, it's faster, but otherwise, like...
Yeah, sometimes
you go inside, you come out, and you see one car length moves, and you're like, they're not getting that time back in their life.
It's awesome. No, it's gone. So, yeah, comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you have any horror stories, or do the math and figure out, your best guesstimate, how much time. Yeah,
so let us know. Like everything, we hope you guys have more than an ordinary day, and exciting stuff, because actually tomorrow we have our second interview. So we just want to get a couple of videos recorded. We have one. Tomorrow will be 2. We want to get about 2 more before we put our first one up on YouTube. It's going to be great stuff. We've shown it to a couple people. They've loved it already. So we really think it's going to help out. But exciting stuff. We got that going on tomorrow. So we'll update you guys tomorrow. Have more than an ordinary day, and we'll see you guys later.